everybody. This is Joel, aka Bourbon Dingo, and welcome to episode 7 of my Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. Alright, during the last episode, we basically threw a couple people into prison, and we've just still been saving up, trying to build up the economic wealth of our country. All the while attempting to eye those counties beneath us that we can never get hands on. I'm going to take a quick look. As you can see, my Chancellor is good. He just hasn't done anything. We're going to go ahead and get started. Get the clock moving forward. Take a quick look. Scotland still looks fairly stable. We're still hoping Norway implodes at some point and never looks west. Gallic appears spread to the four winds. Spymaster is still doing good. He's stolen some more technology. The Iberian Peninsula is still getting eaten up by Muslims. Alright. France and Brittany don't seem too changed. Taganwi, why did you let off that peasant accused from poaching? Because he needed the deer more than me. A chance that Taganwi gains kind or just, and a good deed in a day keeps man happy. A chance that he gains kind and arbitrary. Like I said, I'm kind, diligent. The man actually went and hunted, so, and I can understand a hunter's plight. So we're going to go ahead and say that because he needed the deer more than me, Taganwi became just. He's turning out fairly nicely. Alright, we're going to knock the speed up to 4. Because we're hoping something interesting happens at least throughout this. One thing I have noticed is that I don't have very many good diplomats, good characters with diplomatic skill in my court. I checked to see if I could find someone who was better than my current Chancellor. And so we need to be on the lookout for possibility of bringing some of those into our court. When my guests arrive, my daughter Elwood is the first to greet them and shower them with questions. This was the one for getting gregarious. And we're going to go ahead and say that this child clearly has potential. Alright, we've gotten 50 gold. I believe I'm actually going to save up here for each of these places to get the next upgrade in the castle village. So we can see the low stone wall is about to finish in Aberfraw. We'll start earning a little bit more because of that. Right now our monthly balance is 4.1. Once we jump up another month, I'll check again, but it should increase to about 4.04, maybe. Taganwi is asking why we let that peasant off accused from poaching. We'll answer the same way. So he's gotten both kind and just. He currently has 3 of the 7 virtues, and he's becoming quite a good steward. We're going to pause real fast, take a look. One children lacks a guardian, and that would be my grandson's first son, or no, possibly his first son. No, my grandson's second son. Who is a hunchback. He is diligent, but he's a hunchback. We'll make sure he's educated by someone who's at least Welsh. Though I'm not too worried beyond that. We'll send him off to be trained with Mayor Murrig. Okay. We apparently made the bishop in Gwynedd like us a bit more. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move him over just to start working with a different bishop. My daughter Elwood makes sure everyone gets the exact same amount of treats whenever the cook gives them to the children. I'm proud of her. She becomes just, and her opinion of us changes by 10. Or I can explain how the world works, and she loses the trait just. I can see this as a kind gesture, so I'm proud of her. I promised my wife Morian that I would find a suitable ride for her when her mare had to be put down. Now I am in luck. Not only one, but 3 different mares have been brought to Gwynedd. I can spend 5 gold, and she'd like me a little bit. 10 gold, and she'd like me by quite a bit. 15 gold, and she falls in love with me. She's depressed right now. This would be a nice gift for her. We'll go ahead and spend 15 gold. I love my wife. Alright. And we have another child that needs to be educated. We have a genius. We'll go ahead and have her trained by another genius. Elgifa. Daughter was born to our first son. One of our son-in-laws passed away. Once again, our daughter had 1 child with them, so we're going to attempt to invite her back to court. Yes, and that should bring that additional child back with us. She came right back. I put up with the accusations, the distrust, and especially Cadwgan's paranoia, but everyone has a breaking point and that will soon reach mine. I'm being angry with him and telling him I can't stand his paranoia any longer. So I will like him a little less. But let's pause real fast. We have the new child that came in, who's club-footed. So once again, in this instance, we're not really worried too much, except for the fact that he trained Welsh. So I'm going to go ahead and give him to someone just to increase how they feel about me. I'll likely give him to my son, who dislikes me. Clear these out real fast. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go find her again. And she's very close to not being able to bear any more children. What we're going to try to do is find if we can arrange a matrilineal marriage with her through basically anyone who has a good diplomacy. And there we go. We have somebody. He's young, which means he would stay in the court for a long time. The only thing I don't like is that he's ambitious. But I think I could handle that. He seems as though he would be a good selection. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to have her marry Bohemia's son Vladislav Premyslid. And that'll be the last time we use her to draw more young courtiers in. Alright. And the King of Leon is asking us to join... no. The King of Galicia is asking us to join in battle against King Alfonso of Leon and Amir Abad of the Abadat Emirate. We'll accept, and for the time being, I think I will ship some troops down there. I can't do too much for them, but while we're waiting for other things to occur, we'll go ahead and get everybody into Gwynedd. Do what we did last time. We're not going to use anyone else's troops. We're only going to use ours. Alright, you can see that the marriage went through, and we currently have our new person. He may end up becoming our new chancellor relatively soon. Our daughter became spy master for Roger de Hauteville. Alright, and we're going to pause it real fast. I'm going to explain a little bit about something here. One of our children came of age. He's a very good diplomat. We could have waited just a bit shortly, but he'll actually become our new chancellor. So we're going to go ahead and pause real fast, and we're going to appoint him as our new chancellor. We're going to set him to work on Gwent. The reason we're going to do that is because he jumps up from the 14% we had recently to an 18% yearly. But I'm going to explain something real fast. For the fleets, you need one ship for every 100 soldiers. So right now we have 636, which means we need at least 7 ships. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick glance over here, and we're going to remove enough ships here to have 7 sets. What that basically means is don't need you, and I don't need you. That'll give us 7 ships. We won't make as many people angry. And we're going to go ahead, and apparently I'm insisting that I lead the center. I am not going to allow that to happen. We're going to go ahead and put in some better soldiers. And we're going to go ahead and embark them onto the ship. We're going to zoom out a bit here. Come down and take a quick look. And as you can see, even with my small amount of soldiers I have, I'm not really going to be useful to them. All I'm going to do is swing down into here and try to meet up with his soldiers right here, though that may be a lost cause. We've stolen some more technology, which is always nice. As you can see, he's about to lose his troops right here. I think I will help him as best I can. I'm not sure how he did so well. Possibly he was in conflict with Lyon, and then the Abadat Emirate attacked him, and that's why he's doing so poorly there. What I'm actually going to do here is, since he has to cross a river to get to this combat, I may attempt to hurry up and join, because we may cause a lot more damage to his soldiers in that instance. If it goes poorly for us, I'll leave and say that I did my token portion for his battle, but as you can see, the battle went poorly for us. We did some damage, but not nearly enough. Today my grandson asked me for a fight of his own. He is not ready. We're going to pause real fast. As you can see, we lost, I think, almost everyone we sent. We did cause quite a few casualties, though it appears we've lost some prestige. No, we gained a slight bit of prestige. And gained a slight bit of piety, it seems. We have soured his opinion against the Pope, which will make it easier for him to like us. And like I said, we went in, we did what we could. Possibly this group may pull together and hire mercenaries, which will make it possibly a little bit easier to beat what they've collected there. But we did our portion of it. It wasn't worth it, and we're turning tail and leaving. Take a quick glance, see if any of these guys got any martial or war traits for fighting, and it doesn't appear so. The twists and turns of Elwood's tongue and the white lies she uses to make friends is making my head spin. How can such a young lass be able to lie so well? Looking at me, I'm not honest. I'm also not deceitful. I would believe that basically lying is possibly sometimes necessary, considering that I am ambitious. So, we'll say that no matter, the goal justifies the means. Okay. The courtier, one of the courtiers we invited, no. This is just an additional courtier that we have. Is better currently, but only slightly, than our son. In that instance, I'm not going to let just 1 point be the difference. So we're going to say that we rule in the Duchy of Gwynedd. He tried to squeeze them from too much money, and the local peasants and the mayor don't like it. So we have a small revolt risk. But we've got him suppressing the revolt there anyway, so. In fact, let's take a quick look at that. The revolt risk there, there's a high taxes revolt risk, which will go away in a few months. When it goes away, we need to set him back to training troops. A famous writer proposes to compose your family's chronicles. We can give him patronage for 10 gold, which gives us a little bit of prestige and a chance to gain the trait proud, or ignore him and our entire family apparently dislikes us. I'll give him patronage. We've got the money. In fact, we have the money to go and build another castle village here. We have made the bishop like us more. So we're going to go ahead and jump him now down to there. So we can come check up here. Our monthly balance has gone up a little bit. One of our courtiers is a better steward than the one we currently have. And I believe we'll actually make this change this time. We're going to make this change this time. He's going to dislike us, which is going to drop the amount of money we're making from him. But I'm going to then name him the Master of the Horse, which is an office that dates all the way back to the Roman Republic, and in this era where a horse is a symbol of power is very important. Although the Master of the Horse delegates the actual day-to-day running of the actual stables, much of the prestige of the office comes from responsibility for the stud. And this will give him a +10 opinion of us, and it'll inch him closer to liking us enough again to where it won't affect how much he pays us. So, it seems an easy way. Okay. And our spy master is still going to town, getting us all sorts of bonuses in our technology. Okay, we just had a courtier pass away. Once we hit 1086, oh, that's no good. The grandson that we were going to use just in case we ever wanted to claim a title in Scotland passed away, died from a natural death from the age of 13. Ah, well. Once again, one of my sons is asking me for a fief to govern, and I don't have it to give. More so, I'm not willing to give. Alright, pause real fast. One of our children just became of legal age. We're possibly going to marry her off. We have another child ready to be trained, and this one's attractive. Let's go ahead and make sure we give him a Welsh upbringing. We'll actually let the Chancellor work with him. And she's fairly average across the board. She very much likes us. She was happy with her upbringing. So what we're going to do is we're going to find someone to marry her off to. And being one of our daughters, our final daughter, we're going to attempt to marry her off into power. I believe we're going to betroth her to King Asbjorn of Sweden. This will gain quite a bit of prestige for her. And in about 3 years, when he comes of age, we'll get a notification saying that it's time for them to become betrothed. Alright, we're up to about 77 gold, and while we're building the castle town here, I think we're going to jump over here, and while this is building, just go ahead and turn this into a low wall. Oh, one of my grandsons passed away. Okay. His father, that was the only child they had, he's 39. I think I'm going to go ahead and wed him to someone, see if I can get some more children from him. What we want to try to do is not wed him to another landholder, because we want them to come to us. There's a Croatian princess. Not sure that's what I want, though. Princess of Scotland. She's fairly decent and content. I believe that's who we're going to set this. Oh, no, that's my granddaughter. We won't do that. Oh, well. Should have noticed at the level of like for that. We're going to go ahead and attach him to the Princess of Poland here, who has a congenital trait of attractive. Is not really that good across the board, but it will set us up an alliance with Poland. Okay. We're going to continue on now. And in about a year, we'll get a notification of that marriage. Alright, we have something happening over here. Don't know that it's too much. Hopefully it's something that snowballs into more. But we currently have Count Arnkel of Bedford here. He is defending against King Harold as he tried to revoke the county of Middlesex right here. And since this started, there may be some others who try to take advantage of this. We'll have to watch. This will at least keep him pointed that direction. And our steward is currently idle. So we're going to go ahead and set up our steward to move him off to the side here. We're going to set up our steward to collect taxes here. And as you can tell, even with the specific upbringings we did, because our character only has a level 2 dutiful cleric education trait, both of them became detached priests. So they only got a level 1. They didn't get much of an education trait. He's fairly average across the board, so he's not likely to take over any positions, but he's decent to keep in court, possibly to marry him off to someone random. So we're going to go ahead and wait for a bit. It dawns on you that there are plenty of intrigue happening right under your nose. Your servants, from the kitchen maids to the stable boys, share juicy gossip with each other on a daily basis. If you want to improve at this twisted game of manipulation and deceit, then perhaps you ought to dive in and join the prattle. This is another chance to increase my intrigue, and we're going to go ahead and join this one, because this one isn't as bad as the previous one was. Today, my grandson Taganwe asked me for a fife, and I told him he's not ready. Taking part in the gossip sessions of your servants has proved an enlightening experience. Not only have you learned of new ways to obtain sensitive information, but also that one of the milkmaids is secretly carrying the blacksmith's unborn child. Oh, the scandal. That gives me a +2 to my intrigue. Which jumps me up to a 4. Any bonuses is worthwhile now, considering I've dropped back down to infirm. Just had a courtier arrive. Nothing spectacular here. The forest is not big enough for the barons. They demand hunting rights on the church lands after chasing all the game to the church's side of the forest and having to stop the hunt unless they risk the anger of the church. It's not a big deal. Let them hunt on the church land. Stay on your side of the forest. As a hunter, I know, I'm assuming that it's important to keep to your own sides of the land so that you don't overhunt and things like that. So we're going to say stay on your side of the forest. Okay. Pause real fast. We have a betrothal set up. One of the children came of age. We can go ahead and send that off and allow it to happen. As you can see, they just got married. Doesn't appear anyone else has joined his rebellion. Alrighty then, let's take a quick look and see what just happened here. My grandson just passed away. Now, I believe he was the first, wasn't he? Yes, he was in my direct line of succession. So my succession is now passed from Llewellyn to Bledden, which isn't a horrible thing. He's actually fairly nice. No, if Llewellyn just passed away, I believe it still remains with Quill, who is himself ill. If he passes away, then it would be Cadogan, the Hunchback. Scrolling back, we can see that he's just won, and King Harold the Conqueror is still alive. This is probably the absolute longest I've ever seen him. Oh, well, speak of the devil, he just passed away. When he passed away, I believe what just happened was, since it was elective in Norway, it's King Helga who just gained Norway, and in England, King Loden just gained England. I am not certain that this is better for us. I would have rather had the Child King on England. But this may cause some internal strife here in both of them, and that'll be good for us. Alright, we're getting really close to 120 gold. We'll go ahead and build another village here. Yeah, as you can see, England is starting to spread into complete and utter total war. Norway seems much more stable, but yeah. Yay! Okay. We just fabricated a claim. My liege, my work in Gwent seems to have come to fruition. By bribing, cajoling, extorting, threatening, and forging documents, I have managed to fabricate a claim on the county of Gwent, presently held by Count Caradog of Gwent. That's a really cool name. I leave it up to you whether to use it or not. I was reading between the lines. He actually wrote that in his letter, that was a really cool name. And here's the thing. We just spent that money, so that's not fun. We're about to go into debt in using this. We lose 100 prestige, but we gain a strong claim on the county of Gwent. And as long as we use it before Duke Bledden the Hunter passes away, we can claim that county. I am not entirely sure how long I've had this recording going. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept this. We're going to pause. I'm going to bring down the speed, and I am going to let you guys go. I know it's a bit of a torturous experience here, but when you load up next time, we are going to start watching the amount of soldiers we have and start preparing for war. Fact, to see me train troops, and we can't declare war until we've come out of bankruptcy, but once we do, we will be taking over Gwent. This is our very first step into creating the Kingdom of Wales. So, against the backdrop of a rebellion and the possibility of new land, I will see you guys next time.